Ever met someone who looks completely ordinary, drives a 10-year-old sedan, and shops at the local grocery store, but they actually live like a millionaire? Today I'll show you 9 subtle signs that reveal someone is secretly wealthy. Most people completely miss these hints because they're looking for the flashy cars and the designer logos, but the truth is, real wealth is often very quiet. You've probably walked past a multimillionaire this week and didn't even realize it because you didn't know what to look for. By the end of this video, you will have a trained eye to spot the difference between someone who is just playing rich and someone who actually is. The world is full of people trying to look the part, but the truly wealthy are playing a completely different game. Pay close attention because sign number 7 is something you probably see every single day in your neighborhood or workplace, yet almost no one realizes it's a major secret wealth signal. It is the ultimate indicator of someone who has mastered their finances. Can you spot the signs in the people around you right now? Stick around to find out if your neighbor, your boss, or even that quiet friend of yours is actually sitting on a massive fortune. I'm your host, and I love uncovering the hidden patterns behind wealth and how the most successful people in the world actually live. We're breaking down the 9 subtle signs someone is secretly wealthy, and no, it's not always what you think. While social media might tell you that wealth is all about private jets and gold watches, the reality of old money and stealth wealth is much more fascinating. Let's dive into the lifestyle habits, financial behaviors, and social cues that separate the truly affluent from the rest. Sign number 1 is that they prioritize financial freedom over flashy spending. One of the biggest misconceptions about being secretly wealthy is that you have to show it off to enjoy it. In reality, wealthy people often don't show off their money at all. They value control over their time and their life more than they value the attention of strangers. While a person trying to look rich might lease a brand new luxury SUV with a massive monthly payment, a secretly wealthy person is more likely to drive a modest, reliable, and practical car like a Toyota or a Honda that they've owned for years. They don't care about the prestige of a badge. They care about the utility of the asset. You'll see them in practical clothing without flashy logos. They aren't trying to win a fashion show. They are trying to win at life. Their goal isn't to look like they have money. It's to actually have the money in the bank where it can grow and provide them with security. This lack of a need for external validation is the first major red flag that someone is actually loaded. Sign number 2 is a preference for experiences over things. Secretly wealthy people spend their money on things that aren't obvious luxuries to the untrained eye. Instead of a new designer handbag every season, they invest heavily in travel, health, education, and art. These are things that enrich their lives, but don't necessarily sit on a shelf for others to see. You might notice they take frequent international trips to obscure, high-end locations that aren't necessarily the trendy spots on Instagram. They might have a regular spa membership, a personal trainer, or a private chef, focusing on their physical and mental well-being. They understand that health is the ultimate wealth. You'll find them attending exclusive lectures, art gallery openings, or specialized workshops. Their luxury is their lifestyle and the memories they create, not the objects they accumulate. When they talk about their weekend, they don't talk about what they bought. They talk about what they learned or who they met. Sign number 3 is that time is money and they delegate everything. This is a silent wealth signal that is incredibly powerful. Secretly wealthy people hire others to save themselves time. This isn't about showing off or feeling superior. It's about pure efficiency. If a wealthy person's time is worth $500 an hour, they aren't going to spend 2 hours mowing their lawn or 3 hours cleaning their house. They will gladly pay someone else to do those chores so they can focus on their business, their family, or their personal growth. You might notice they have a personal assistant, a landscaper, or a grocery delivery service. They outsource the mundane tasks of life because they realize that time is the only resource they can never get more of. While others might see this as being lazy, it's actually a sign of a high-level financial mindset. They are buying back their life 1 hour at a time. Sign number 4 moves us into financial behavior. They avoid debt like the plague. A subtle indicator of true wealth is that these individuals don't brag about their credit cards, their latest loans, or their car payments. In fact, they rarely talk about debt at all because they don't have any, at least not the bad kind. While the average person is juggling multiple high-interest payments for things that are losing value, the secretly wealthy person is debt-free or only uses low-interest debt to acquire income-producing assets. Wealth isn't always obvious. It's often invisible precisely because it isn't being spent on interest rates. They don't need a status credit card to feel important because their net worth is their status. If you ever see their financial habits up close, you'll notice they pay for almost everything in full. They understand that interest is something you should earn, not something you should pay. Sign number 5, knowledge trumps appearance. Privately, rich people are informed regularly. If you listen to their casual conversations, you won't hear them gossiping about celebrities or reality TV. Instead, they'll hint at financial literacy. They may discuss a real estate market shift, tech stock trend, or trust advantage. They heavily invest in their brains. Their bookcases contain biographies, history, and economics, not simply thrillers. They are the ones who know exactly how their tax bracket works and how to navigate complex investment vehicles. They seem brilliant without a suit. Their words and worldview do the talking. They know that information is the most precious currency in the modern economy. The 6th sign is strategic networking. Wealthy folks hang together with high achievers for more than simply social status. They seek progress and opportunity. They throw private dinners, attend specialist conferences, and join high-level mastermind groups. They know power of proximity. They realize they're in the wrong room if they're smart or rich. Mentors and peers who challenge them to think large are sought, not a negative social climber. Curated social circles that support achievement. You may discover they are unusually well-connected but private. They don't name drop. They know the correct people for every occasion. They carefully safeguard and prune their network, which is their wealth. Sign 7 has interesting possessions with delicate quality. This is quiet luxury or stealth wealth. They always prioritize quality over quantity. Though simple, their outfits, watches, and shoes are crafted of high-quality materials and fit perfectly. They prefer a custom blue blazer than a fancy jacket with a huge emblem. Only in-the-know individuals will notice their shoes' craftsmanship or watches' hidden intricacies. Wealthy people secretly shake hands. They buy things that last decades, not rapid fashion. You may see high-end equipment or custom-built furniture that blends in but feels strong and well-made in their home. It's modest elegance that puts users before observers. The 8th sign is calm under pressure. Wealthy people are rare in their patience and long-term thinking. Because of their financial cushion, they don't react hastily to market swings, traffic congestion, or minor worries. Having an abundance mindset. They realize they have other assets and chances if one venture fails. Emotional management is a significant sign. While someone living paycheck to paycheck may be concerned about money, the secretly affluent person is usually the most peaceful. They're not in a hurry because they're managing a legacy, not a check. They consider decades, not days. Their placid assurance and lack of hurry indicate that they play a lengthier game than others. Finally, sign 9, quiet giving. Secret riches typically breed quiet charity. They won't upload photographs of themselves handing out checks for likes. They donate to charity secretly, help friends and family without making a spectacle, and support local initiatives behind the scenes. Forget the tax-deductible plaque on the wall. They want impact. If someone is shockingly giving but never talks about it, they probably have plenty. They use wealth to improve the world, not as a trophy. See these 9 subtle indications to recognize a secretly affluent person. They value freedom over flashy objects, appreciate experiences, delegate responsibilities, avoid bad debt, are knowledgeable, network effectively, prefer subtle qualities, stay calm under pressure, and give back softly. How many of these have you seen in others? You may have realized you've been misinterpreting prosperity. In my upcoming video, I'll share 5 behaviors everyone may adopt to think like the rich. Which of these 9 signs startled you most? Have I missed any? Tell me in the comments. If you enjoyed this, like and subscribe for more on success psychology and financial habits. Thanks for watching. See you next time.